Okay, so the question is, say which in your opinion was the most significant of the battles fought under Umar against the Persians and why? The battles that were given are Bueb, Qadsiya, and Nahawand. Now, I'm going to take you battle by battle. So Bueb. Bueb, remember, was the reverse of Jasser. What happened in Jasser? The Muslim army lost, and because they crossed the river, and the trampling of the elephant, and so many 3,000 Muslim lives were lost. And so Bueb, why was it important? Because it was the exact reverse of what happened at Jasser. Now the Persians crossed over the river and they were killed, and they were not allowed to go back to the other side of the bank either. So the Muslims grew strength basically. And then the military tactics at that time of Bueb, naturally not crossing over the river and then overcoming the Persians. It was due to the military tactics that were applied at that time. Casualties, what is this? I can't see. The casualties at that time. What were the casualties at that time? Mehran. Mehran was the leader of the Persian army. He was killed. So that was very important. And the killing of Mehran and the winning over and so many casualties of the Persians was important because it boosted the morale of the Muslim army. And when the morale of the Muslim army was boosted, what did it do to the Persians? The Persians were disheartened. This made them, because they could see that, okay, first the Muslims came and they were obvious as weak. But in this battle, the strength of the Muslim army was visible. So this was very important. It was the initial display of strength of the Muslim army. If I go to Qadsiya, Qadsiya was a battle in which it led to the fall of the Persian Empire. This was the main battle that was the cause of the remaining fall of the Persian Empire. In Qadsiya, the land was included into Arabia. The Persian, in other words, because the landscape was basically Arabian landscape, so that territory that was under now the Islamic Empire was entered into the peninsula of Arabia. It was also, Qadsiya also proved the end of Zoroastrianism. Zoroastrianism is fire worshippers. Persians were staunch fire worshippers, and the coming of Islam led to the end of that religion. And Qadsiya, naturally, when they won the Battle of Qadsiya, it was a base for further expansion. This was evident. It made it so evident that after this, the Muslims will continue their expansion because the Persians had totally lost their stronghold. Then if I pick up Nahawand was a decisive defeat. Decisive defeat of Persians. The Muslims totally won over. They took over the castle of Nahawand. Yazdgerd, the Persian Empire, emperor, he fled to Balkh, Afghanistan, basically. He continued fleeing, but then he ended up in Balkh. So when your emperor leaves and does a run, that means that there's no governance. There's no, establishment left, basically. And then again, this was the final end of Zoroastrianism, and Islam prevailed over the whole Persian Empire. Was destroyed, and then Islam prevailed, and the Islamic Empire was established, basically. So this was the decisive battle. Nahawand is equally important. So I hope that answers the question.